Hey everyone, welcome back to our last Exam 1 review video where we're going to wrap up problem 2 here. All right, so far here in problem 2, we completed a video working through all of these journal entries. Then we posted all of these entries into this ledger. So the last thing that we need to do here is we need to complete our trial balance. The trial balance, remember, starts with the 3-line heading similar to those financial statements that we prepared. So if I look back here, the 3-line heading for this one is going to be GHI Company. This is a trial balance that we're preparing. And we're preparing this as of, remember, I just want the date, so April 30th, 2018. April 30th, 2018 for this one. All right, now within our trial balance here, remember, this column is always for my accounts. Then this one has any debit numbers that I need. And this one has any credit balances that I have. Accounts are always listed in my equation format, which means any asset accounts come first, then liabilities, then equity. And equity is always in the order of capital, withdrawals, revenues, expenses. All of the accounts within the trial balance, like we have talked about previously, are always listed in whatever order that they're going to be listed in whatever other financial statement that they're in. That means all of my assets are listed in order of liquidity, liabilities listed in order of liquidity, and then revenues and expenses listed in decreasing order, highest to lowest. All right, so let's start off with our assets, and they should probably be listed in order of liquidity already. And they are. I have cash, accounts receivable, supplies, equipment, and vehicle. Those 5 asset accounts. However, you'll notice that accounts receivable has a balance of 0. Because accounts receivable has a 0 balance, it does not need to go on the trial balance. Remember, the trial balance is a list of accounts with balances. So if something doesn't have a balance, then it doesn't go on there. All right, so I'll have cash, supplies, equipment, and vehicle. As far as my asset accounts that I'll need to put on here, cash, supplies, equipment, and vehicle. All right, so I've listed those 4 asset accounts, and let me just grab their balances. So cash had a debit balance of $7,750, $77.50. Because it's the first number in this column, I can put a $sign with it. Remember, the $signs aren't required in the trial balance, but just for consistency, I'll keep going with it. Just remember that rule is, if it has a dollar, the only time we're going to put a $sign with it is if it's the first number in the column or that bottom line total. All right, so cash, first number here in the debit column or left column, $77.50. Supplies has a debit balance of $750. Equipment has a debit balance of $8,000. And vehicle has a debit balance of $23,000. So I've listed all of those asset accounts with their balances here. I'll keep going. So next up should be liabilities. I just have one of them, accounts payable. However, just like with accounts receivable, it has a balance of 0. So if it has a balance of 0, it doesn't go on there. So I don't have to worry about accounts payable. I'll keep going down the line. High capital and high withdrawals should be the next 2 accounts. You'll notice I didn't put a total under total assets or anything like that. Remember, I just want to keep listing until we're done, and then put one total at the bottom to show that total debits equal total credits. High capital has a credit balance of $35,000. Because it's the first number in this column, let me go ahead and put a $sign with that number as well. High withdrawals has a debit balance of $4,000. So I'll put it over here on the debit side. All right, so just 2 accounts left, service revenue and salaries expense. Let me throw both of those on there. Service revenue has a credit balance of $16,000. Salaries expense has a debit balance of $7,500. All right, so there we go. I've listed all of my accounts with their balances. So now I just want to have one totals line down here at the bottom where I make sure that everything here in my debit column added together, $51,000 equals everything here in my credit column added together, 51,000. It does. So to wrap this trial balance up, let me take these two numbers and $sign them. There we go. And then I want to double underline them as well. So I'll format my cells here. I'll find my underline style, double accounting, and click OK. And there we go. I have now completed the trial balance for GHI Company for problem 2 for exam 1 review. So this wraps up our exam 1 review. Hopefully you feel like you're prepared and ready to take this first exam during our next class period.